Well, family, we're gonna go down here. I'm gonna put the driver's seat back in this thing for right now, because it's gonna be looks like it's gonna be about 2 more days before I'm able to get the flooring to put in here. Because I mean, as y'all know, I mean, I do everything that I do, everything that I'm gonna do is financed off of my veterans disability check. You know, where I got hurt in the Army many years ago. So because of that factor right there, you know, I'm kind of locked into only being able to do what I can do when I can do it. It's one of those kind of deals. But at the end of the day, slow and steady wins the race. And trust and believe, I will be steady with it, even if I am a little slow. But we're going to get this thing. Trust and believe that. Trust and believe that we're going to get this bad boy rocked out and nice. Y'all, I got some big plans for this thing. And I want to do every one of them the way I got in my mind. Because guess what? It's going to be fun. All right, so these are all the seats that we took out of the van. You know, all the trim, the TVs and such, all the carpet, all the plastic pieces, right? So now I got to look at these seats and determine which one's even the driver's seat. Because they do kind of all look similar. The only difference is, boom, the driver's seat has all those controls on it. So here's our driver's seat, y'all. I'm going to stick it back in place. That way for these next 2 days, I don't have to fight with that camp seat to be able to move the van around. So let's get that going. One other thing I'm going to go ahead and do is this bar right here. It's like a clothes rack or something. I'm going to go ahead, because it's just this little plate right here, and then it should just come right out. I'm going to go ahead and take this thing out before I accidentally snap it coming in and out all the time, because it kind of gets in your way a little bit coming through this way. But once we get back the thing built back together, obviously it'll be useful. But for right now, I'm going to take it out of the way. So I believe we just take these 4 screws right here out. This little plate should come loose. Oops, drop the screw. This little plate should come loose, and then we should be able to just take that bar out the way. I don't want to accidentally break it. Taking stuff in and out. Like when I bring this seat through, there's a likelihood, a high possibility I could accidentally hit it. And we wouldn't want that. So got that out the way. Well, we got the bar out the way, but I'm still going to put the little plate back where it goes so that I don't have anything get misplaced. I've been trying to be very, very careful with not accidentally putting anything where I didn't understand or know how to put it back together. Because this is one huge puzzle to be taken apart and then not know how to put it back together. That would not be pretty. We don't want that. We want this thing to come together like a dream, not a nightmare. So, one more thing to keep stuff organized. Let's see if I can do this. I got it here by myself. No, I can do it that way. That's not easy, huh? That was not easy. But we made it. But we made it. Like we was talking about keeping everything organized. You see how I put the bolts back in these holes right here. These are what hold the seat in. That way now here where I'm wanting to put the seat back in, I know exactly where the bolts are at to do it. And I know how the bolts go in. Because that's it. That's a little trick my dad taught me that definitely is worth its weight in gold. Let's see if we can get all right, we got it in the basic area now. Let's see if we can figure out how to put it in. All right. Boom. We got a seat in. Might as well go ahead and hook it back up. May as well go ahead and hook it back up. What is that plug? Boom. And I'm just going to hand tighten these things since we're going to be pulling it right back out in another 2 days. Ain't no sense in torquing everything down right yet. Alright, yeah. Believe we got a seat. Might move a little bit, but ain't hurt nothing. Now I'm gonna hook the battery back up and make sure she works. Alright, family, what we're gonna do now is, since I removed the radio that was in the back, and like we were saying, that controlled half of these speakers and the other half was controlled by the front radio. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to wire it up to where all the speakers are to the front radio. And then obviously we're going to be putting a new radio in, but that part can be done when I get to it. But for right now, I'm going to make it to where all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 4, 6, 8. I see 8 speakers, and I want all 8 of them on that one radio. Let's do it. Take the one all the way in the very back. I'm gonna snake the wire back to this here on the side, tie it in, do the same thing on the side, then we got all 8 of them. All right, I wanted to show y'all what I found. Okay, this speaker right here was for the rear radio. Okay, see this wire right here? So, see when we pull this, boom, that's that wire. So, if I cut this wire here, I can pull it out of the wall all the way through. That'll give me enough wire to make it from there back to this speaker, tie it in with it, and then these 4 speakers will all be the right channel on the radio. Let's rock on, y'all. All right, I found this piece of cable here, or a little piece of metal. We're going to try, see if I can't remember some of my old structured cabling days. Might be easier to go from this side. Boom. And just like that. Now all I need, a piece of tape around this. My buddies at Spectrum Integrators in Charlottesville, Virginia, where I used to work as a AV systems integrator. If any of y'all are watching this, thank y'all for this little tip on how to do things like this. I remembered some of my structured cabling days. Okay, so what I did was I burnt the wire just a little bit to give 2 openings right there. We got our 2 from right here to complement the speakers that's gonna go right there. And guess what? Now we got a round system. all of these speakers right here are all playing at the same time. And so now what we're going to do is I'm going to pull the speaker out right here, pull this speaker out right here. We're going to do the same exact thing. So then all 8 speakers will be on the. Okay, I checked this out. This wire right here. Watch that. That's that wire. Okay, it's the same exact thing we did on the other side. We'll just cut it up here, pull it back through the wall, then take it and snake it up to that one right there, tie it in with that speaker, and then we'll have all these connected to one too. Let's get it. We'll just tape this to this. Oops, I pulled it out of there. Oh, and just like that. Like we planned to do. Almost looked like we knew what we were doing. So this speaker can be hooked back up. Careful to not care about the polarity. All right, y'all. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All playing at the same time. Rock on, it worked, y'all. Love you.